Hey guys, assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Thank you for supporting me, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos, inshallah. This is more of the Ramadan preps. I'm going to be totally honest and say that I think because I'm honestly a white, blonde hair, blue eye American girl from California, people see me and they judge me based on how I look, and they expect me to be like the people I look like. So it's like they automatically put me in that box, whether they mean to or not. Alhamdulillah, that's just how we are. And so it's like very, very disturbing and shocking for them to realize they judged me incorrectly and to kind of try and re-figure out who I am. Alhamdulillah, that's cool. That's why I'm just I finally am at the point where I'm I don't need to justify myself or tell anybody. I just am who I am. I accept myself. And, I think that being patient, Allah has brought me a lot of people, even if it's just online, that are like me, and that really helps for identifying. But anyways, so like I said, maybe you don't want to have that conversation. Maybe it's easier to just do it in private. Now, the 2 years I did it in secret, my biggest stressor was waking up and having suhoor, which is your pre-fasting meal. Because it's the household was quiet, it was totally silent, and me going out into the kitchen, it's okay to do that every once in a while, and your roommates aren't going to say anything, or your mom's not going to be what are you in the kitchen for? But if you're literally doing it every night for 30 days, they're what is with you? Do you have a new schedule? What is going on? And it becomes very apparent. You might wake people up, and it becomes very stressful trying to get your food and get back to your room so you can eat and you can pray. And trust me, ladies, I know how stressful this is. I used to creep out like a ninja, and when I was opening the refrigerator, I was trying to do it as quietly as possible, and I'd get a plate out and set it down tiptoeing and creeping around. So this is how I got to where I finally just decided it was easier to make my food at night, whether it was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some chips and a banana, or whether I made my oatmeal, or whether I had something that I could put in my room. That's how I devised my suhoor plan, and I did it every single day for basically 2 Ramadans until last year, because then I was just what was I doing last year? I think I was staying with my mom and my grandma, so they knew that I was fasting, so that was okay. Doesn't mean it was easy, but anyways. So what you're going to want to do if you are hiding is you're going to want to make an easy meal. Even if you're not hiding your iftar or your suhoor or your fasting, my number one go-to is to have oatmeal, because oatmeal is a slow digesting carb, which means that it's going to stick with you. It's going to keep you filled for longer, and it's going to last a long time. So you want to really, really make sure you hydrate throughout the night and after you break your fast. And for my suhoor, I like to make, my favorite go-to is making oatmeal, overnight oats. So what I'll do is I'll do the bowl, I'll add my oats, I add collagen powder, mushroom powder, because those are good for energy and brain performance. I will do nuts, seeds, black seeds, a scoop of peanut butter, and then I will layer tons of fruit in it. Cantaloupe, kiwi, blackberries, raspberries, bananas. I have found you can literally add anything to oatmeal and it's good. Drizzle your honey or agave, and yeah, you can basically put everything in it. Now, what I love about having this for suhoor is that you can leave it out on the counter or on your nightstand, or put it in your closet in your room in a Tupperware with a lid. Make sure you bring the spoon and a paper towel or a napkin, and it's totally fine to eat in the morning. So imagine making it, and instead of pouring hot boiling water over it or making it in a pan, you make it in a bowl, a Tupperware bowl. When Tupperware means a plastic one with a lid on that you can put on it, and pour room temperature water on it. You don't need to heat it or anything like that, and you can just literally let the oats and everything soak. So you're gonna cover it where there's a little bit, and you can do a splash of coconut or milk or whatever you like on it. And if you take it to your room with you, it is good to eat room temperature. If you have your fruit cold when you put the fruit in it, and the key is you want to make it right before bed. So, maybe you're in there and making tea, or make it at some point. You can put it in the fridge if you need to make it during the day where nobody's going to know. You can take it out of the fridge when it's cold and put it in your room, and it'll have cooled off and be room temp, but it's not going to spoil. It's inshallah not going to make you sick or anything like that. This is something that I do a lot in Ramadan. I really love this meal because you can add, like I said, the seeds, the nuts, lots of fruit, honey, black seeds, the oats, and it's very filling, and the fruit is very hydrating. So, and I think it's like very healthy. So this is like my number one fave. So like I said, you can eat it hot, you can eat it cold, you can put it in the fridge, you can eat it room temp. And if you make it at night before you go to sleep, when you wake up to start eating your meal, you're not going to have to spend time fumbling around in the kitchen trying to make your eggs or make your pancakes or whatever it is you want to make. Even if you wake up in the morning to do the oatmeal, like, you know, I remember my first year I would like make it and then like stress to eat it, and it was too hot, and I'm trying to like eat it because I woke up late and I've only got 10 minutes to eat and get everything done. So that's why I really like this. You can also get all of your dry ingredients together at night and put them in a bowl, your oatmeal, any of the powder, the nuts, the scoop of peanut butter. Like, you can do that all at night and then have the fruit pre-sliced in your fridge. I personally, I don't like cold fruit, so I like to leave my fruit out, and I always slice it when I'm ready to eat it. You can leave it out overnight. It's not a big deal. Like I told you, I put it in my Tupperware, but you can keep all of your fruit sliced and washed in the fridge, add it in the morning, add your hot water, or do it how you want. But this is my favorite recipe, and I highly recommend you guys do it, so that way you cut time in the morning. There is nothing worse than almost not waking up or waking up late and then rushing and trying to eat really fast, and you're trying to drink your water. The other thing you're going to want to have is dates. Get your dates, and I would say get your oatmeal ready. And I like I said, I like the oatmeal because you can put any fruit on it. You can really put any nut on it. So whether you're doing almonds and blueberries, or you're doing pecans and tropical fruit, you can do pineapple. I mean, and there's so many different kinds of butters. You got almond butter, peanut butter, cashew butter. I really love, here's something about me, I don't like chocolate. I love peanut butter. This is like my flavor. I love it. I love peanut butter. And there is this peanut butter I actually just got by Earth Balance. Actually, I've had it several times. It's peanut butter with coconut oil in it. And oh, that's another thing you can put on top of your oatmeal is coconut oil. Is really yummy. Coconut flakes. Oh, yes. I love eating. Alhamdulillah. So yeah, there's nothing worse than waking up and stressing and all of this. So have your dates ready. You can put the dates on your oatmeal. You can put the dates on the side, but I eat dates with everything in the morning because they're super good for you. It's a sunnah. So subhanallah. And then, like I said, if you're hiding, make sure you bring a spoon and a napkin to your room. Make sure you have it in a Tupperware. Put it in your room where somebody's not going to see it. Because if you're hiding it, chances are somebody could walk in and be like, why do you have oatmeal next to your bed? So I would just set mine on the shelf in my closet. That way, if anybody came in, they're not like, what is that? You know, some families are really nosy. My mom's really nosy, mashallah. So she would notice, she like, when I say nosy, I'll say she notices everything. And that's where I get it from. I'm really observant, subhanAllah, like my mom. But yeah, and then the other thing you need to know, if you're hiding and you need to wake up for your pre-fasting meal for your suhoor, and you're hiding, do not set your alarm to go off and be like blinging and beeping and ringing, because like my roommates' rooms were close to mine. Like we were all on the end of a hall together. And that was one of my other fears, is like, okay, my alarm's going to go off in the morning and it's going to wake them up. They're going to know I'm getting up. They're going to say like, why is your alarm going off? So if they don't hear me making my food, they're going to hear me waking up. They're going to hear this. I set every day, I'm terrible at waking up. I set like 1,000 alarms and I put them on vibrate. So in Ramadan, I used to put it on vibrate, put it next to my head. And I think there's something about Ramadan, like it's just different. You know, you need to wake up and eat, so that's in your head. So when I would hear my alarm buzzing, I would get up a lot faster to silence it and know I needed to get up and eat, rather than like a regular day where I'm just like snooze. Like I'm so bad at that. And then that way it doesn't wake everybody up. And it's like normal to wake up and go to the bathroom in the night. Nobody really ever thinks twice. So if you have a roommate or your family, they're not going to be like, why are you waking up every night and going to the bathroom? You can be like, I've been drinking a lot of tea, or I have to wake up a lot and pee, or something like that. But I mean, that's typically not something people would ask, because they know it's a body function and they know that like we wake up to use the bathroom. And that's very normal. So you're going to want to eat. You're going to want to have your dates. Make sure you drink lots of water. make sure you're hydrated, and then you're going to want to make wudu, and then when the alert goes off, the adhan for Fajr, then you're going to want to stop eating, stop drinking, and you have now started your fast for the day. And you won't eat or drink again until the adhan for Maghrib, sunset. So you see the sun start going down. One of the things I love doing is going for a walk the last hour of my fast. And that way it's like something to do. I get to be outside. I get to see scenery that's really peaceful. And I usually listen to like an Islamic podcast or audio or YouTube, or I listen to Quran, and that really helps me pass the last hour. Because if you sit at home and you're like looking and you're like, I know I talked about Suhoor in this video. I will talk about iftar options. Like iftar is when you break your fast is way easier, especially if you've been gone for the day and you're not home. You're going to want dates and water. So no matter where you're at, if you're clocked in at work or you're doing something, when it's time to break your fast, you're going to want to keep dates and water on you so that you have a little something to break your fast with. And that's all you need to break it before you actually start eating again and eat your meal and eat your dinner and stuff like that. So I will talk about that maybe tomorrow's video, inshallah. So I hope any of this information benefits you. If you're having to hide, just know it's going to get better, inshallah. You're going to have good friends, eventually your own family. You're going to work on yourself. You're going to build yourself. You're going to grow your faith, your relationship with God, and you are going to be okay, inshallah. You're totally fine, and it's gonna be okay. So I will talk to you guys soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.